Don't throw away your garlic scraps. Most people buy a head of garlic, peel the cloves for cooking, and toss the base straight into the trash without a second thought. But, that small piece at the bottom of the bulb is actually the living heart of the plant. Inside that base is everything needed to grow a brand new garlic plant. With the right conditions, that simple kitchen scrap can turn into fresh green shoots and eventually a full garlic bulb growing in your garden or even in a recycled container. This simple method has been used by home gardeners for generations because it saves money, reduces waste, and, honestly, creates a steady supply of fresh garlic greens and bulbs. You don't need special tools, expensive soil, or even a large garden space. A container, some soil, sunlight, and patience are enough to transform leftover garlic bases into thriving plants. If you enjoy practical gardening tips like this, make sure to like the video, share it with a friend who loves growing food at home, leave a comment telling us where you're watching from, and subscribe to Nature's Flora for more natural growing techniques that anyone can use. Now, let's get straight into how you can turn ordinary store-bought garlic into a productive garden plant. To grow garlic successfully from scraps, it helps to understand how the bulb is structured. A head of garlic is made up of individual cloves attached to a central base. That base is the part where roots develop and where the plant draws the stored energy it needs to grow. Each clove contains stored nutrients that feed the plant during its early growth stages. The small point or eye on the clove is where new leaves begin to emerge. When planted correctly, the base forms roots while the clove pushes green shoots upward. Those shoots become the leafy part of the garlic plant, which later feeds energy back into the soil to form new bulbs underground. This natural design is why garlic can regrow so easily from scraps. As long as the base remains intact, the plant still has the ability to regenerate. The first step begins at the market. When buying garlic, select bulbs with large, firm cloves. Larger cloves generally produce stronger plants because they contain more stored nutrients. However, even small cloves can grow successfully. They may simply take a little longer to develop strong shoots. Avoid garlic heads that are extremely soft, moldy, or severely damaged. Slightly aging bulbs can still grow well, but completely rotted ones will not produce healthy plants. Once you bring the garlic home, peel the cloves normally for cooking. The important step is saving the base that holds the cloves together. Before planting the base, trim about 1 centimeter from the bottom section where the roots will form. This fresh cut helps stimulate new root growth and encourages the plant to restart its growth cycle. The upper part of the garlic clove can still be used in cooking, which means you get the full value of the bulb while also creating new plants. When you examine the base closely, you will notice several small attachment points where the cloves were connected. These spots are where roots will begin to grow once the base touches moist soil. A shallow container works perfectly for starting garlic scraps. Choose one with drainage holes so excess water can escape. Garlic dislikes waterlogged soil, and good drainage prevents the roots from rotting. Fill the container with about 5 to 6 centimeters of loose soil. Regular garden soil works well as long as it drains easily. Garlic adapts well to many soil types, but heavy clay that holds too much water should be avoided. Place each garlic base on the soil surface with the root side facing downward. Allow the tops to remain slightly above the soil level. Space them closely at this stage because they will only stay in this container temporarily while they begin rooting. After planting, water the soil thoroughly until moisture reaches the bottom of the container and begins draining out. This ensures the entire soil column becomes evenly moist and helps settle the bases into position. Garlic needs 2 key conditions to grow well: sunlight and moderate watering. Place the container somewhere that receives several hours of direct sunlight each day. Sunlight fuels photosynthesis, allowing the plant to convert light into the energy needed to grow leaves and eventually form bulbs. Water the container whenever the top layer of soil becomes dry. Young garlic plants absorb more water as they grow, so watering may become slightly more frequent once green shoots appear. Within a short period, small green leaves will start emerging from the top of the bases. These leaves are edible garlic greens that can be used in salads, stir-fries, and soups. Harvesting some of these greens does not harm the plant as long as you leave enough foliage for continued growth. When the shoots reach about 5 to 6 centimeters tall and strong roots have developed, the plants are ready to move to their final growing space. This can be a larger container or a garden bed. If your goal is to grow full garlic bulbs, transplant the strongest plants with enough space between them. A spacing of roughly 15 to 20 centimeters allows the underground bulbs to expand properly. Plant each garlic base so the top of the clove sits just at soil level. Water thoroughly after transplanting and continue providing regular sunlight. During cooler months, the plant focuses on leaf growth and root development. As temperatures rise and daylight increases, the plant directs its stored energy toward forming new garlic bulbs beneath the soil. Over time, the underground bulbs begin filling out and dividing into new cloves. When the leaves start turning yellow and drying, the garlic bulbs are ready to harvest. Pull the plant gently from the soil and allow the bulb to dry in a well-ventilated space. After curing, you will have a brand new garlic head grown entirely from what once would have been kitchen waste. This cycle can repeat endlessly, allowing gardeners to maintain a self-sustaining supply of garlic year after year. Growing garlic from kitchen scraps is one of the simplest and most rewarding gardening methods available. With just a saved garlic base, a container of soil, and consistent sunlight, you can produce fresh garlic greens and eventually full bulbs right at home. If you enjoyed this guide and want more natural growing techniques that help you get the most out of your garden, make sure to subscribe to Nature's Flora, share this video with fellow gardening enthusiasts, and leave a comment below. Your support helps the channel continue sharing practical, timeless gardening knowledge.